Speaker.
Ko Meka Waitiri.
Tēnā koe, Mr Speaker.
Tēnā koe.
Tēnā tātou katoa. Mr Speaker, I'm pleased to take a call on the Local Government Auckland Council Amendment Bill number 3 and commend the member, the National List member, Alfred Naru, for his inspiring, informative, on-point third reading speech, and really say to the member that he's done his bill justice in expressing why we should be supporting this bill in the House tonight. Sir, the bill will amend the Local Government Auckland Council Act 2004 to prevent candidates serving on multiple local boards. Sir, the bill provides that candidates standing for multiple local boards must provide a written notice to the electoral officer specifying the local boards they are seeking election to and the ranking in order of priority that would apply if the candidate were elected to more than one local board. Candidates must also identify this priority and rankings in their candidate profile statement. So the board further provides that if a candidate is elected to multiple local boards, he or she becomes a member of the local board that is ranked as a higher priority in his or her candidate profile statements. And positions on local boards ranked lower in the candidate profile statements become vacant. Sir, like my previous speaker, the issue was actually brought to, I guess, the attention of the House by one of the hardest working members in this House, the member for Te Atatu, Phil Twyford, who mentioned that we cannot have multiple people serving on boards way back in 2011. So I do want to acknowledge, and it is his birthday, absolutely, very, very 45-year-old Mr. Phil Twyford.
He looks older than that.
Very, very young. Very, very young. And so we say happy birthday to you, Phil. But it did then lead me into the opportunity that passing this bill in the House is in terms of allowing new leadership, succession and diversity come through in local government, and obviously stops, I guess, monopolisation of individuals holding more than one position. So in later this year, we have the local government, local body elections coming up, and it's well known that we have very poor voter turnout. And so that it was with dismay that this government reneged on a promise of introducing online voting trials. And that, to me, sir, goes to the heart of what this bill would have given effect to this bill around allowing not only new leadership, but succession and, like I mentioned, diversity. And so it was, with disappointment that for the reasons that the Minister has outlined around security, but that's why it's called a trial. It's why this government stood up in this House in 2030 and talked about their commitment to bring online voting to New Zealand in this year's election. And so it is disheartening that it's not happening, sir, because it would actually have given life to this particular bill, not only in terms of ensuring you get to choose which community board or which local government you want to stand on, but it allows the opportunities for other individuals. And so, sir, it is a lost opportunity. It is something that in terms of general elections coming up next year, particularly in low voter turnout, would have given us some very good information around how we engage with voters. So, sir, it is with pleasure that I support this bill, and also want to acknowledge those that are putting up their hand to stand in the local government elections. And I want to particularly mention Dina Awaro, a community person from Pōmare, who's put her hand up to say in the Hutt Valley Ward, Northern Ward, a person that works with communities in Pōmare as a health and community advocate, very grassroots, and I wish you all the best. I commend this bill to the House.
But just before we move on, this is not an opportunity to start giving personal endorsements to various candidates. The very slick-tongued birthday boy may have got away with it, but just because the Speaker was negligent in pulling him up on that occasion does not mean he's going to be again.
Mr. Speaker.
Jamie Lee Ross.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I won't